Hey friends! My name is Desiree, aka Mama Friendly. I do all sorts of videos on my channel, from cooking videos to planner videos, vlogs, hauls, homeschool videos with a Disney twist, a little bit of everything. So if any of that sounds like fun to you, I hope you'll subscribe and join me on my YouTube adventure. Today's video is a monthly grocery haul collab hosted by Tiffany of Small Town 6 and Jessica of Jessica My Rose. I'm going to have both their channels linked down below, and I am also going to link the playlist so that once you've watched my video, you can go ahead and watch what all my friends made this month as well. For this video, and for the next few months actually, my grocery hauls are going to have a theme, if you will. You might already know I always shop gluten and dairy free because that's how I eat. But I started a series last year on cycle syncing. Now, in case you're not aware, cycle syncing is something that you can do particularly if you're trying to conceive or if you have PCOS, but honestly, it's something that helps any person that menstruates feel their absolute best, because it's basically tailoring your lifestyle, the things you eat, the way you move your body, etc., around your daily hormone shifts throughout the different phases of your menstrual cycle. So days you're feeling low energy, you might do something like yoga. On days that you're feeling higher energy, you might do cycling or dancing or high intensity interval workouts. And the way that you determine these things is by following what part of the cycle that you're in. The way I began this last year is by introducing you to the different phases by doing grocery hauls that pertained to each phase. So I'm going to be doing the same thing for the rest of the year, September through December. I'm going to be bringing you a different grocery haul every month that pertains to a different phase of the cycle. The difference between this year and last year is that I'm going to be including with these videos not only the prices of everything I bought, but also a meal plan of sorts. I'm going to be showing you the dinners that I make every day with these ingredients that I bought, because what I have found to be the hardest thing to look for when searching cycle syncing, like what to eat, etc., is that everybody always gives you a list of ingredients, but nobody really gives you a meal plan or like, what can I do with these ingredients? So I'm not saying this is going to be the end all be all, but it's definitely going to give you some idea of where to start. This grocery haul has to do with the ovulation phase of your cycle. It's the third phase, the one that comes between follicular phase and luteal phase. This is the phase where all of your hormones are basically at their peak. This means that it is your highest energy phase. But even though you're running around and your energy is high, your appetite might actually be lower at this phase because, to put it delicately, your brain goes out of foraging food mode and into time to do the deed and get pregnant mode. So your appetite kind of switches off this week a little bit. But because especially your estrogen is at its peak this week, it's helpful to eat foods that are going to support liver detox so that your levels don't ever get too high. So just like the last phase, you want to focus on cruciferous vegetables like Brussels sprouts, kale, cabbage, turnips, cauliflower, bok choy, and broccoli. I have a list down here. In a complete switcheroo from your menstrual phase, where you were meant to eat mostly like warming, slow-cooked, easily digestible, comforting type foods, this phase, your body is probably craving fresher, lighter foods, lots of salads, lots of raw veggies. So you want to go for light but nourishing, things that have high vitamin count, high mineral count, so things like quinoa, brown rice, leafy greens, veggies, and some fish even would be a great idea this week. So now that I've set you up, let's jump into our haul, shall we? Alright pals, we're here to start our ovulation themed grocery haul for the week. I do have some extras in here this week because this is also going to be a heavy cooking week for the channel. There's a few recipes that I'm going to be recording in the next few days. So some of this stuff is ovulation themed, some of this stuff is for specific recipes, and I will let you know what's what. I am going to start now with the not as fun things, the things that are not really related to either, it's just things that are necessary. So I've got a 24 pack of spring water here. I only drink spring water. Purified water is essentially just tap water that they bottled. But as of the time that I'm recording this, it is still hurricane season. Did you know that hurricane season lasts through the end of November, through November 30th. And the later you get into the season, actually, the more active the hurricane season is. So I've been buying packs of water like this. They're only like $3 each right now. And I just have them stocked up in the laundry closet. And the way I see it is, if we need them, worst case scenario, we already have them. We don't have to run to the store and battle people for water. But if we don't need them, then whatever, we'll just drink them, no big deal. Rinse and repeat for next year. So I bought 2 of these actually. I'm only showing you one because I didn't want to have to carry the second one up onto the stove. And then the other thing I got that's not super fun but was necessary this week is we got some more laundry detergent because we were out. Now here comes the fun stuff. These are all pantry items. I've got some broth here. And this is both going to be for recipes, like one for each. This is going to be for a lenteja, a lentil soup that I have made on the channel before. So I'll have that recipe linked in the description box below. And this other one is going to be for a crock pot creamy turkey soup. And that should actually already be up on the channel as well by the time you see this. So I'll have them both linked in the description box. And that turkey soup recipe is a great recipe to have on hand for those Thanksgiving leftovers. I got a couple jars of marinara because Publix had them buy one get one this week. And these are gluten and dairy free. This is also typically a pretty expensive brand. Got some sugar, and you can imagine that this is in fact for a recipe I'm making this week. It's not for ovulation week. Tortillas for my husband because Fajita Fridays fully remains in effect. I've got some food coloring. Not something I typically use, so you can imagine again it's something that I've got specifically for a recipe. And I got some jarred garlic. I've actually been trying to stay away from this stuff recently. There's citric acid in this, and not that I'm trying to avoid citric acid generally, but it's just something that, like, do I really need another additive in our food when I could just mince the garlic ourselves? But because this is such a heavy cooking week, as I've said, and I'm going to be using a lot of minced garlic, I figured let me just get a jar. It'll be easier for me, and we'll get through most of this week anyway. Now, as I mentioned earlier, ovulation is a great time for light, refreshing meals, lots of veggies, especially cruciferous veggies, and I went really veggie heavy this week. First things first, they gave me so much cilantro here. Is she kidding? Whoever shopped this is wild. Like, I will get through this, don't get me wrong. We could definitely put away some cilantro in this house, but I did not need all this much. So there's that. We've got some spring mix, we've got hearts of romaine, and we've got an Italian salad blend. I eat a lot of salads, especially during ovulation week, and so this is a way to kind of mix things up and keep them from getting monotonous. Also, the salad bags at Publix were, I think, like 30% off this week. The first pomegranates of the season. I'm so excited. They're still really expensive. They were like $4 each. But I just really love fresh pomegranates. I'm kind of obsessed with them. And pomegranates are great during your ovulation. Throw this on some yogurt and you just top it with your sesame seeds and your sunflower seeds for seed cycling. Really nice little crunchy sweet parfait. I got some Honeycrisp apples for my son. They're finally getting bigger. Look how funny. This is what they're looking like now. And this is what they look like when they're out of season. Isn't that so cute but sad at the same time? I've got a tomato for my salads. I've got 3 avocados, and I'm actually going to be making a dessert with these, so that should be fun. And finally, in this bag, 2 potatoes that I'm going to be using for my lenteja. Let me put all this away before I bring more bags out. Y'all already know, 30 eggs. This typically lasts me a couple weeks, maybe longer, but this week in particular I'm making a recipe where I'm gonna need 12 of these bad boys. So between that and my regular consumption, I'll probably get through this in about a week. These are the last couple bags. These I've never tried before, but they're gluten-free and dairy-free. They were buy one get one, so each bag was like $3, and I figure this is great for like a quick meal, a quick snack when I don't feel like cooking. As always, some salami and some pepperoni. Ooh, for the kiddo. Just launched one of these across the room. I got myself some, ooh, they messed up. I had ordered some Serrano ham. They gave me sweet ham. Completely the opposite of what I wanted. But that's fine. I've been trying to keep cold cuts around. Just to like rip up into my salads for protein, but also just to snack on when I'm hungry, but I'm not hungry enough to cook, or I'm not feeling like cooking. That's just something that I've been snacking on real quick. So it'll do, it's fine. We've got our sirloin tip steak for our fajitas. Fajita Fridays have really become an institution around here. Like, you don't mess with Fajita Friday. I got some turkey tenderloins, and this is going to be for that soup I mentioned earlier that's going to make a great Thanksgiving leftover meal. So I'm going to be making my own turkey fresh because I'm not going to have leftovers as of yet. So that's for that. I've been having a really hard time at Publix in particular finding my original nut pods. I figured this was as close to neutral as possible because it didn't have like vanilla or pumpkin spice or gingerbread or anything added to it, but it is still a sweet flavor, so I'm not going to be able to use it as versatilely is not a word, but whatever that word is, this is not going to be as versatile as my original nut pods, but it is what it is. I haven't had this actually yet, so I'm taking a gamble because they were buy one get one, so I got two. And then I got 2 of the Kite Hill sour cream, also for Fajita Fridays, because they were buy one get one as well. I have to say though, I've been eating this for a really, really long time, and lately it's been tasting funky to me. I don't know if they changed the recipe or if my taste buds are just shifting. I've always loved this for the texture, but it's always had a pretty neutral flavor. So does it taste exactly like sour cream? Not really, but it doesn't taste like a whole lot of anything. So it's just there to add creaminess to a dish. But lately I'm like tasting it, and I'm realizing that I don't love the taste. So these might be the last ones I buy. Maybe these will be better than the last couple I've had. Who knows? But just throwing that out there because I always like to tell you guys about vegan or dairy-free substitutions when I find them, and for a long time I've been telling you that this brand is wonderful, and it has been wonderful for a long time, but I have to be for real when I say that lately it hasn't been that great. And again, your mileage may vary, it might just be me. So if you haven't tried it yet, try it, see for yourself. Put this out of the way for you guys. I've got a big old bag of kale. I'm going to be using this for salads and for soups. What are you that you're hidden away in here? Some diced onion. Again, I'm going to be using a lot of onion, and I didn't want to have to cut all of it, so I figured this was easier. Not as cheap, obviously, but easier. We've got some Brussels sprouts. We've got some baby bella mushrooms. We've got cauliflower and broccoli slaw. You can cook this up and make egg roll in a bowl, or you can just leave it fresh as is and just put a little vinaigrette on it. Amazing. A vegetable medley that's just cauliflower, broccoli, and carrots. I told y'all this week was very veggie heavy. We've got our bell peppers and onions for fajitas, of course. Celery sticks to snack on. I love this with some dairy-free ranch. And my butternut squash. This is actually going to be for a stew. So, I've been talking a lot about recipes this whole time. Let me show you the recipes that I'm going to make with all of these ingredients, and also some stuff that I already have on hand in my fridge, my freezer, and my pantry. And for everything that you've just seen, including driver tip and delivery fee from Instacart, I paid $260.77. A little more expensive than usual, but like I said, this is a recipe recording heavy week, so this is a few things that I would not ordinarily be buying for the family. Obviously, they're all going to get used up just the same, but I wonder how a haul like this would compare in your area. Alright friends, there you have my grocery haul for this month. I really hope that the meal plan is helpful to you. If after looking at all of my ingredients you can think of a different dish that maybe didn't occur to me, I would love to hear your suggestions in the comments, because as I mentioned earlier, the hardest part of this cycle syncing journey for me has been trying to get creative and figure out what to do with these lists of ingredients that I keep finding everywhere. So if the community could come together and share with each other, I think that would just be phenomenal. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I hope you'll please give it a big thumbs up. I'd also love it if you would subscribe and click the notification bell, because I post at least 3 times a week and I wouldn't want you to miss a minute. Thanks so much again for watching. Bye!